Tonight's show is brought to you by...
Are you ready for some football? Jimmy James here with James, Jameson, and Johnson. And I'm excited just like you, cause it's Super Bowl Sunday, America. But we still gotta get that money, honey, cause bills don't wait. Did you have some hot, spicy wings at the Super Bowl party? Were they a little too spicy? Are they still burning on the other end on Monday morning? That may be actionable. Did you lose your hat betting on the game? Also in fashion some dumbass 900 number? You know I can help you there, baby. But did you fall asleep before the fourth quarter because you didn't even care who won? Tom Brady, we're looking at you. What you doing this year? You're getting sued. This Sunday can be the biggest litigation day of the year, but you gotta be prepared. So call me, 1-800-JUST-JIM. That's 1-800-JUST-JIM, cause that looks like another win for Jim.
Hello and welcome to the War On Morons, where we speak truth to stupidity. I'm Anissa.
And I'm Jay.
Thanks for tuning into our show. We want to take this opportunity to remind everybody you can call our call-in line while we're on the air, 813-906-9099. Feel free to call us while we're on the air. We'll be happy to take your call. Or if we're not on the air, call us anyways and leave us a voicemail.
We'll play your message on the air, no matter what it is, and then we'll address it and maybe even get our cast of characters to weigh in as well.
Absolutely. So let's get into our first story of the night here. We have, starting off strong. Men are dipping their balls into soy sauce after learning that their testicles have taste receptors.
Oh, whoa, okay. Now, when you started saying men are dipping their balls in the soy sauce, I was just holding out hope that maybe these are like rice balls, but they're dipping their balls.
Right, their testicles.
Why?
They claim that because there are taste receptors on their balls, that when they dip their balls into the soy sauce, they can actually taste it in their mouth.
Well, I mean, by that logic, wouldn't they always just be tasting their balls? Constantly just tasting balls and testicles all day long.
Oh my God, that is not a fun thought. I have to say, though, it has been disproven. Although a lot of YouTubers claimed they could miraculously taste the soy sauce, a doctor did actually come out and make a video that's gone viral in its own right, stating that this was not something that could really be done scientifically.
Yeah, but if you want to kill some time, apparently YouTube and TikTok are full of a bunch of idiot kids, mercifully not showing their actual testicles, but you can see their faces as they dip them in the soy sauce. Let's move on.
Okay, sounds good. A former Drexel professor arrested and accused of spending, get this, $185,000 in grant money. What did he spend it on? Oh, strippers, sports bars, and iTunes, of course.
You know, in this day and age, I wouldn't be surprised if you could actually spend money on strippers, sports bars, iTunes, and actually justify it by saying, oh, yeah, I'm teaching a course on stripping 101.
Yeah, I mean, apparently we don't know what the money was originally earmarked for, but clearly they were not happy with how it was spent. The 57-year-old professor has now been charged with unlawful taking and theft by deception, which are both felonies.
What department was this guy in?
He was in the university's engineering department, so I'm not really sure what the strip club has to do with building a solid structural bridge, but...
Hey, engineers, they got to get it where they can get it.
Yeah, apparently he needed to get $96,000 worth of adult entertainment.
I'm more kind of confused about the iTunes part. Dude, Spotify is free.
Yeah, apparently he spent nearly $90,000 on iTunes. What can you even buy on iTunes for $90,000?
I don't know. But with that said, we do love iTunes. We do love Spotify and all the rest of the wonderful networks where you can find our show.
That's true.
Like and subscribe.
And next we have a story that's coming straight out of Philadelphia. This is probably my favorite story of the week. It features the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, Gritty, who, if you've seen Gritty, he's an amazing mascot. Super huge fan. However, he is being investigated for allegedly punching a 13-year-old boy.
Oh, he Okay, well, I mean, I've met some 13-year-olds. I can kind of see how this could happen, but you don't do that.
No, I mean, it seems like we're on a real roll today with Philadelphia people making a bunch of bad decisions.
Jeez.
Apparently, the way it was described is this. A gentleman said he took his son to get photographed with Gritty kind of event. And basically, his son playfully patted Gritty on the head. And after the photo was taken, of course. And then as the son walked away, Gritty got out of his chair, took a running start, and punched his son as hard as he could.
I mean, that's horrible, but the guy is representing the Philadelphia Flyers, well known for exhibiting that kind of behavior, and he's supposed to be a lunatic. I mean, his name's Gritty.
Yeah, with a name like Gritty, what the hell do you expect from the guy?
Don't touch the mascots, people.
That's exactly right. Oh, looks like, speaking of this, we actually did bring in one of our guests, and I guess what you could call a subject matter expert on this topic, Chuck Chicory from the Chickadee. No, I'm sorry. What is it? The Chicopee Chickadee?
Chicopee Chickadee is something like. Make sure we get it right, though. He doesn't like it if we. Here, let's just patch him in.
Hello, Chuck.
Hey, what's going on? I'm tickled fucking pink to be on the show today. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, Chuck. What do you think of this story with Gritty punching a child?
All I want to say is I fucking told you so. You act like I'm crazy. How long ago? I called in your fucking show like, 3 months ago? And I said, I'm a mascot. I'm always having problems with these terrible little freaking cross goblins. They grab at you, they beg for an autograph, they want to get a picture, they don't want to pay any money for it. And I said, one of these days, I'm going to knock a kid clean fucking out with a baseball bat. And you act like I'm crazy. Well, guess what? Gritty proved that I'm right. He proved that I'm right, and I was morally correct the whole time. Huh?
I don't know about morally correct, but it certainly...
Well, come on, because Gritty, he's the most prominent athlete in our sport. You know, when it comes to mascotry, Gritty, he's far above, don't even speak the name, bastard Philly fanatic. Gritty has been doing so much to save the reputation of that city, Philadelphia. And he's a superstar. The superstar. He's the best mascot around. It's cemented his legacy.
Well, I have to agree with you in certain respects, Chuck. I mean, I love Gritty as a mascot. I think he's great. I honestly think it's kind of funny that he punched this kid, but it's not exactly...
It is funny.
It's not exactly what you would call model behavior.
He's not supposed to be. Look. As you know, because I'm the sponsor of the show now. I run the Chuck Chicory mascotuniversity.com, the greatest institution to teach everyone the art of being a mascot. And I gotta tell you, if I can get fucking Gritty to come to our next, he can do the commencement speech, he can do the next 50 commencement speeches. This is what you gotta do. These goddamn kids, if they dare to breathe the same air as the mascot, the face of the franchise, I think we ought to be able to pick them up and choke slam them. We gotta fucking. I sometimes dream at night about violent ways to handle business with these fucking kids. I tell you,
Whoa.
You're a hero.
Whoa, that's a lot to unpack, but I think we get your message loud and clear. So,
Hey, what, you taking the side of this little bastard kid?
no, I'm honestly kind of taking the role of impartial observer. I think it's funny what happened. I feel bad for the kid, but I also kind of feel like if you have a mascot named Gritty, you got what you expect. So,
Exactly. So I'm ever down there in Philadelphia, after I'm done rocking that fucking fanatic and kicking his ass, I tell you, if I meet this kid, I'm going to give him a good fist. I'll give him a 3-knuckle sandwich of my own.
okay, let's not threaten people on our show, but we want to thank you for
That's right.
thank you for talking with us, Chuck. You have a good rest of your day.
All right. Wow. Chuck, that guy never ceases to amaze me.
I can't believe that the news actually gave us an article in which we can use him as a kind of a subject matter expert here.
Yeah, I mean, mascot violence. I mean, that's a very, very narrow field of expertise, but Chuck's definitely the best expert that I know on that. Anyway, while we're on the topic of questionable sports and beating up vulnerable people, I had to bring up this headline. So, biological male MMA fighter who competes against women is named the bravest athlete in history by an LGBT sports outlet.
I don't know if I consider it brave to beat on people who are biologically weaker than you in every way. I mean, that's kind of cowardly.
Yeah, this guy, and I will call him a guy because if he was born a man, he's got male musculature and he shouldn't be punching women in the face for a living. I mean, a couple years ago, he gave some poor woman a concussion. He broke 7 orbital bones.
I mean, she's quoted as saying, I fought a lot of women and have never felt the strength like I felt in a fight like I did that night. Yeah. I mean, of course not. You've probably never fought a man, so...
Usually, if we're talking about men beating the shit out of women in a sports story, we're just talking about the police blotter and NFL players. We're not talking about someone that's receiving an award for being brave.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, let's move on from that story because it is disturbing.
Yeah, let's get something a little more wholesome.
Bad news. Our next story is actually second drag queen story hour library reader was exposed as a convicted child sex offender.
Oh my, I'm so shocked. You mean to tell me this is only the second time?
Yeah, I mean... the second time. Like, the first time it happened, I would have canceled Drag Time Story Hour.
I think that we're kind of missing the point. How did they ever think this was a good idea to start Drag Time Story Hour in the first place? I mean,
good point.
We're talking about mentally unstable men who dress up like women, and not women, they dress up like prostitutes and strippers, and they go to sex parades for fun, and you're surprised when it's revealed that they might actually be assaulting people, not to mention children?
I mean, I don't understand why you'd want to have your children around them to begin with. It just seems like it would bring up a whole bunch of questions that there's no age-appropriate way to explain the perversion that these people are operating under.
Yeah, like maybe what's next? Hooker nap time? Like snack time with strippers?
Yikes. All I can say is the fact that Houston ever dragged this
gimp mask on the playground?
Okay, let's just move on.
Yeah, moving on. No more of these freaks on this show.
All right, we've got a good old-fashioned, wholesome Florida man story for you guys up next.
Thank God.
A Florida man in an Easter Bunny costume was arrested after a hit and run, was previously seen in a viral video brawling in the same Easter Bunny outfit.
So this guy's starting to get a little bit of a track record here.
Yeah, apparently he's been quoted as saying, I'm the Orlando Easter Bunny. Like...
Yeah, if he's not getting in a hit-and-run accident, he's punching somebody in the face. Oh, very delightful Easter Bunny outfit.
Somebody's got to get this guy on Dr. Phil. Speaking of Floridians, we actually got a voicemail on our call-in line. Let's go ahead and play it now.
Ooh, awesome.
Hi, my name's Phil. I'm one of your listeners down in Florida, and, I'm just calling because, I don't really understand what the heck's going on. It seems like every week you have some kind of story about Florida. I don't know why you're picking on us. Can't you find something else to talk about? I mean, for crying out loud. Anyway, I love your show, but you got to stop picking on Florida. Thanks.
Okay, so with that in mind, we're actually going to challenge ourselves to make that the only Florida man story of the day.
I feel like I'm getting into a fight with my arms tied behind my back.
With that in mind, I did go ahead and pull a few international stories for you guys. So here's a few of them now. Starting off, this one's actually kind of sad. Outrage after Chinese theme park forces pig to bungee jump.
What? They forced a pig to bungee jump?
Yep, they literally forced a pig, pushed it off of a 68-meter tower, bungee jumping.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? That pig, it's breaking boundaries. I mean, ever since the Soviet space program discontinued, animals haven't had this much fun.
Oh my God. I think honestly, like, there's not a lot funny about animal cruelty, but the fact that they tied a purple cape around its shoulders really sets it off.
And they were making sure that the bungee jumping was safe for the people. I mean, it was a person-sized pig, right?
You know, I think these people really deserve coronavirus. Moving on, a mutant goat born with a human face is being worshipped as an avatar of God. This, not surprisingly, comes out of Rajasthan, India, where they have a tendency to worship people and things that are honestly just God's mistake.
Did any of them try to send a picture of their penis to the goat yet?
I don't know about that, but I'm taking a look at I love goats as much as the next person. I really do. But I'm looking at a picture of this goat, and it does not have a human-like face to me. It just kind of looks fucked off.
It looks like Rolf from the Muppets.
I don't know anything about it that says, like, it's a holy being. It just kind of looks like, a chromosomal mistake.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't make it go bungee cord jumping.
Good point. And up next, we have the USDA, who listed Wakanda among U.S. trading partners.
Okay, I mean, Wakanda, that's a foreign country, right? So this fits. What's the news?
No, Wakanda is a fictional East African country from Marvel's superhero movie Black Panther. Don't you remember?
Oh, well, where are we going to get our vibranium if Wakanda's not real? Maybe they're on to something.
I literally don't know what they could be telling us, but apparently on their website they had it listed. Wakanda was a U.S. trade partner. And what was Wakanda sending us? Well, they were sending us horses, ducks, sheep, livestock, buffalo, of all kinds.
If only they could send us some different government, because apparently our bureaucrats are idiots.
Apparently so. And then next, our story, to finish out our international block here, is a Wuhan woman who cheated the coronavirus checks to fly out for a Michelin star meal in France.
All right, back to China and out of China. That sounds nice. Get a nice, like, Michelin star food, French cooking. It's got to be better than whatever they're eating over in China.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with you, but I mean, the fact of the matter is that she's in the hot zone. She's where the coronavirus is breaking out. I mean, Wuhan is the epicenter of this. And she had a low-grade fever. So she actually cheated the checks by taking, like, I guess aspirin or ibuprofen or something to cut the fever down.
Well, I wouldn't want to be there either. I mean, everybody's, like, dying in the streets of this plague. Wouldn't you want to leave?
Well, regardless of if she wants to leave, I don't think the people of France really wanted her there. Like, that's kind of a dick move. Imagine being the server who's getting paid $3 an hour and has to live off of tips, finding out that the woman you served had freaking coronavirus. Like, that's not cool.
This is how these things spread, everybody.
That's exactly how these things spread. Recounting her journey on WeChat, she actually wrote, "Finally, I can have a good meal. I feel like I've been starving for 2 days. When you're in a gourmet city, of course you have to eat Michelin food."
Wait, so she's, like, bragging about this on social media?
Yes!
China, I thought that, like, you were an oppressive country that kept this stuff on lock.
Apparently not so much.
Oh, God.
Looks like we're actually getting a call on our call-in line. It's
206, what's that, Seattle?
Yeah, looks like it. Let's pick it up and see what's going on. State your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, my name is Barry Helpful, and I'm calling from Ding Dong Land.
Very helpful. What? Ding Dong Land? How old are you?
Yeah. I'm not. What do you mean?
Well, only adults are supposed to call this call-in line.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm a teddy bear. Anyway, this is brought to you. This is a presentation of Washington Public Access Broadcasting and viewers like you.
What?
Ooh, the doorbell! You know what that means, kids? It's time for the Dr. Ding Dong Show! But first, do the countdown!
going on?
6, 5. Oh, it's almost time. Oh, I'm back! It's me, Dr. Ding Dong! I'm so happy to be here in Ding Dong Land with all the kiddos! How is everybody doing today? Are you excited for another time with Dr. Ding Dong Show? Me too! But, achoo! Oh no! It looks like I've got a little bit of a cold! You know, even Dr. Ding
What the
Dong...
hell is this?
Oh, it's the Dr. Ding Dong Show. Usually on it, you can only hear it in Seattle, but this is so important. We want to call your show so all the children all over America can learn, okay?
Well, it's pretty freaking weird, but I mean, fine, I guess, if you say it's important.
Okay. I'll play it. Okay, I'll play it again, okay?
You know, even Dr. Ding Dong can catch a cold sometimes. Have any of you ever gotten sick with a cold? Yeah, it's no fun. You gotta stay home from school and eat chicken soup. And you gotta sneeze and cough until you feel all better, right? Well, today, we gotta talk about a brand new kind of cold, all the way from China. You wanna know what it's called? It's the coronavirus disease. Does anybody here have the coronavirus? Good, because if you did, you'd have to get out of Ding Dong Land. The coronavirus is terrible. It's worse than a cold, because with the cold, you gotta cough, and you gotta sneeze, and you can't go to school. But with the coronavirus disease, you gotta throw up, and you gotta have diarrhea, and you gotta poo in your pants, and then you gotta die!
Whoa! What the hell kind of children's show is this?
Hey, why do you keep making me stop the message? The kids aren't gonna understand.
This is not appropriate messaging for children. You can't...
Do you want the kids to die from the corona?
Of course I don't want children to die from coronavirus.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, what?
I'm gonna play the tape now.
Does anybody here ever died before? I don't think so, because once you die, you never get to come back to Ding Dong Land. So that's why Dr. Ding Dong says we gotta stop all of the Chinese from coming here and giving us the coronavirus disease. Does anybody here know what a Chinese is? Oh, you might have some in your school. They got squinty eyes. It looks like their mommy and daddy cut their hair with a soup bowl.
Whoa, okay, what the hell? That is so racist. Barry, you have...
No, there's children's lives are at stake. And Dr. Ding Dong really cares about the children. So you're going to make them real angry if you keep making me hit the pause button. So I really think that you should shut up and shut your mouth, okay? Okay?
Barry, it's my show, and this is probably racist.
I'm going to hit play now.
Whoa! Wait a minute! Bobby just coughed! We don't like that in Ding Dong Land, because that means he might be infected! Bobby, do you have the coronavirus? I'm gonna have to check, see, and find out! Everybody, Teddy, kiddos, grab Bobby and bring him to me! Bring him to Dr. Ding Dong! We're gonna take the coronavirus out of him! You're never gonna see him around Ding Dong Land again!
Barry, what's happening?
Oh, it's actually an ongoing situation, and I'm needed to help. So thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
What?
Is he gone?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That was very disturbing.
I mean, I think that was Dr. Ding Dong. I think he was doing the voice.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to think. That is the weirdest calling we've ever gotten.
We should probably report this and have the police trace the number or something. I'm worried about those kids.
Yeah, that was highly concerning. I think I need to regroup.
I think we've got a commercial we can play or something. I'll cue something up. Oh my god.
It's me! It's Vinny V from 1-900-V4 Vegas! What's the V stand for? That's what everybody wants to know. Well, after the National College Football Championship game, it stands for Billions, baby! Not millions, not billions, not even trillions or gazillions. V for Vegas has $1 million from everybody that called the number to get my college football championship pick. And I was right, just like I guaranteed. The only one in Vegas with the goddamn testicles to guarantee a pick like that. Well, now we turn our attention to the big super duper game, the Pro Football Championship. And you all want to know what the only man in Vegas that knows all has to say. I'm not giving that one away, you fucking marks. You gotta call my number, 1-900-V4 Vegas. It's just, I don't know, $4.99, whatever the hell it is. You're gonna pay it because I'm gonna make you so much money that maybe you can get a penthouse suite in the sands just like me, and you could be betting a different Vinny Vegas vixen every night. But not if you don't call the fucking number.
Wow, I never thought I'd be so grateful to hear Vinny V's voice.
Yeah, although I'm still shook on that puppet or whatever calling the show.
Me too, but let's move on to our next story, where a North Carolina woman who was smoking while hooked up to oxygen was killed when the tank, not surprisingly, exploded.
Who didn't see that one coming?
I mean, she was 61 years old. I'm amazed she made it that long. Doing stuff like that.
Darwin Award winner right there.
Absolutely. Our next story comes out of the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, where a TSA officer grabbed a Native American woman's braids, snapped them, and said, "Giddy up."
Now, I mean, these TSA agents get a little bit, hands-on and a little bit intrusive, but that's next level right there.
Yeah, and get this, the TSA's response to this story, and I quote, "Did it actually happen? Yes. Exactly as described? Yes."
So they're not even trying to hide it. That must have been really blatant.
I mean, honest to God, I can't imagine. This woman, she's not even, pursuing any action against them.
Good for her. I mean, people, they get so litigious these days. I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, that seems like something to sue over, unlike the nonsense that Jimmy James was talking about earlier.
He's a sponsor. Gotta treat our sponsors better.
Well, if you think that's bad, get a load of this next story.
All right.
Man flamed after admitting he called the police on Target employee over a toothbrush.
Over a toothbrush. I'd love to hear how that happened.
Well, David Leavitt, whose Twitter bio says he's an award-winning journalist, he actually claims that he saw a display for an Oral-B electric toothbrush priced at 1 cent and tried to bully the store manager, Tori, into honoring the price.
Oh, God, I heard about this guy. He's got a history doing this stuff.
Yeah, the toothbrush retails for $89, and the sign clearly said display, but he tried to claim that this was a violation of a Massachusetts pricing law. So when the store manager, tried to explain that the penny price was for the display and not the actual toothbrush, Leavitt called the police.
Yeah, that seems like an appropriate escalation there.
He also tweeted out a photo of the store manager to his over 200,000 followers who were having absolutely none of it. I mean, people were literally giving him the hardest time because of his honestly childish and abhorrent behavior.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's basically a predator. He goes around stores all over Massachusetts looking for mistakes. So if they accidentally put the wrong sticker on an item, and which would give him like a 2,000% discount, he's like, all right, I got him now. And he tries to bully the stores into giving him these ridiculous prices. And when they don't, which frankly they shouldn't, well, this is his response. It's to put a picture of an innocent employee on the internet and to try to dox her.
Yep. Well, I mean, unsurprisingly, there's really no word on whether Leavitt has received a response from Target on honoring this price. So far, the jury's out on that. However, the store manager, Tori, made out with quite a small fortune after somebody set up a GoFundMe for her to send her on a vacation.
Yeah, I heard that Target actually contributed to it. So I think they're basically telling this guy to shove it. Oh, it looks like we're getting a call in. I don't know if we should pick it up, though, with the thing we said earlier about Florida.
What do you mean? What's the area code?
It's 561. I think that's West Palm Beach.
Oh, boy. I know we said no more Florida stories, but I don't want to leave this person hanging.
No, we want to talk to our listeners. Let's go for it.
All right. Hello, caller. State your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Morty in Boca Raton.
Oh, hey, Morty. How's it going?
It was going wonderful until I heard the garbage that you're spewing. You're joining this anti-Semitic witch hunt.
Whoa!
Anti-Semitic witch hunt against this poor guy. He got victimized by a corporation.
First of all, nobody even said he was Jewish. And second of all, there's nothing anti-Semitic about what we're saying.
He's practically being raped by Target. They're stealing his money. They're imputing his reputation. The man, the toothbrush was listed for $1 penny, and they're trying to charge him $90. That's ridiculous, and you know it.
Morty, what are you even saying? Target stole nothing from this man. He tried to steal from Target, if anything.
Target stole his reputation, and they put him out there on the internet for all you bastards in the media. Just like, I tell you, you and your orange bastard, the orange bastard president is just the same. You always want to turn everybody against the Jewish men. You want to paint us in such a horrible light. I tell you, if I was in this guy's shoes and Target had done this to me, I wouldn't go on Twitter. I would do it what that orange bastard wants me to do. I'd show up there. I'd show up there with a handgun, and I'd put it in my face, and I'd say, "Hey, sell this to me for $1 penny, you bitch."
Morty, that is, I mean, you are out of line.
That's what you want. You want everybody. You want everybody to wave the handgun. The handgun is to solve all the problems. Even better for you. Even better if it's an AR-15. Is that right?
No.
You want me to show up at the Target and say, you sell me that toothbrush, or there's going to be a bigger problem here than a couple of holes in your bottom line.
Morty, I can guarantee you absolutely nobody wants you brandishing a gun of any kind.
Your bastard president does. He wants me to shoot everyone.
Okay. You're in Boca Raton. I'm just gonna have the police check in on you because, I mean, at this point...
This is a witch hunt, and I will call the ACLU on you, young lady. You're going to be dragged away for what you've done today. Do you understand this?
Oh, I don't think I'm going to be the one that's dragged away. No.
This guy, what is wrong with him? Why does he still listen to our program?
I sincerely hope, I'm going to give the police his phone number. He thinks the president's talking to him and, like, wants him to get a handgun? That's crazy.
You know, I'm obviously a Second Amendment advocate, but people like that, they make me wonder sometimes. They make me wonder if everybody should be allowed to have a firearm.
You know, the call-ins today have been a little bit much. I say we just call it a day.
Yeah, I can't take another phone call today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you next week unless Morty shows up.
You better get down on your knees and pay about